Hi there, welcome back to the ERSFEC Fast Start video training series. In this video, we're going to set up and learn how to use your customer-facing waiver stations. So let's get started by clicking into POS, Set Up Waivers. As we can see, we can specify whether the default fields are required or not. We strongly recommend you do leave the top 5 fields required. You definitely need a first name, last name, and date of birth in order for this waiver document to be a legally binding document. But also, making sure that you have phone and email for the customer will not only make it easier for you to get a hold of them if you need to, but it's also valuable marketing data. Now, as we can see, we can add custom fields onto this waiver document. But right now we don't have any custom fields, so we'll create some in just a few minutes here. For now, since I changed it so that city and state are no longer required, I need to make sure to save my settings. And if we scroll down here, we can edit this waiver document in the same way that we edit other documents. We briefly touched on documents in other videos, and we'll cover them in more detail in a subsequent video. So I'm just going to make a few quick edits. And now that I've made some changes, I need to go ahead and save them. And now let's go ahead and go into the CRM to create some custom fields. So I'm going to go in here and click into my most recent customer. And when we hover over the area where there are custom fields, we can click here to add new ones. Now these custom fields can be added to your waivers, or you can use them for internal tracking purposes. If you are going to add these to your waivers, the customer-facing text will come from this name field. Type allows us to specify either an open-ended text field, a file upload, or a drop-down menu. For security reasons, the ERS system will not allow your customers to upload a file into your ERS folder. So file upload should only be used for internal tracking purposes. However, for your customer-facing custom fields, you can either go with the open-ended text field or a drop-down menu. In this case, I'm going to go with a drop-down. And as we can see here, we can click on the X's to eliminate any of these entries that we want to, and we can associate a cost with one or more of these choices. That said, it's very rare that somebody would put a cost on something attached to a waiver. For the most part, if you want to charge people a cost for something like joining your membership program or something along those lines, it's usually best to charge your customer those costs through the point of sale or the website via your inventory. So these cost fields are very rarely used. Order allows us to specify what order these custom fields show up in, and I want this one to be the first one. So now I'm going to save my changes, and I'm going to add an open-ended text field. Alright, I think this is going to do it for now. So let's click back into POS, Set Up Waivers, and now we see the custom fields on here. I'm going to go ahead and add them both to the waiver, and make the drop-down menu required, and the text field optional. Alright, so now that our waiver looks like we want it to, let's go ahead and get our iPad if we're using iPads, or our PC if we're using the desktop app. Let's open up the ERS Admin app, not the ERS Driver app. Let's click on the little gear, and let's click on Waivers to enter our waiver station. And let's go ahead and click Start to test our edits. And then we'll go ahead and sign the waiver. And it's going to automatically redirect back to the start screen. And then if we go into the Register app point of sale and start to go through a test order, we'll find that that customer is going to be at the top of our list. And if we add him to the package, we can see that he's already signed his waiver. So that's how that works. The system is designed for your customers to go ahead and sign that waiver when they first come into your store. And then when they go up to the cash register to purchase their items, they should be at the top of that guest list in most cases. Of course, there will be situations where your customer may be checked out online and already signed their waiver electronically, in which case then you would just do a guest search, which is super easy through that same interface. So that about does it for this tutorial. Our next video is going to cover creation and editing of web pages and your website navigation. As always, anytime you're working in the system and you have questions, the knowledge base is your friend, as is the tech support department, who you can reach at 505-435-9731, extension 102, or support@eventrentalsystems.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.